I'm here with Alexander Mijares. He is the poster artist for the Coconut Groves Arts Festival 2014, and that's a really big title. He's filling some big shoes. Alexander, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure.
Now, congratulations on being selected as this year's poster artist for the Coconut Grove Arts Festival. For those of us out there who don't know, what does that mean?
To me, it's a big honor. You know, this has been going on for now 51 years, and so, you know, being a part of this is, you know, this is going to go down in history. It's going to be, you know, for years. If they keep this going for years and years, you'll be able to still get the poster. You know, it'll be like a nice chapter in my life of kind of just, you know, leaving my stamp on the city.
Yeah. Now, walk us through the process. How did you even submit and then get selected, and what was that like?
They actually reached out to me, and you know, they said that they had loved my work and that they were interested in possibly having me design the poster. And they had, you know, reached out and said, you know, I would love for you to, you know, get us a sketch on what you know, your interpretation of Coconut Grove and whatnot. And my response was, actually, I don't sketch. I'll just go ahead and bring you the finished product. And a couple weeks later, I came back with the actual painting, gave it to him, and he looked at me and he shook my head and he goes, "Congratulations, you're the new artist for the 2014 poster." And
so you were on point.
Yeah.
Now, you're also the youngest poster artist that they've ever selected in the history of the festival.
Yes.
What do you think that means for the next generation of artists that are rising up out of Coconut Grove and Florida?
I mean, I think Miami it's really booming now. You know, I think it's the art game. Like here it's really moving really fast. You know, New York has always been like the one of the launching points. LA's coming up, but Miami's really progressing. And you know, I mean, it's a lot of hard work. Like I work every day, probably 80, 100 hours a week just on art and promoting myself and trying to be, you know, that next level. You know, I want to be like the next face, you know, like, you know, before artists used to have to pass away to be famous, you know, I want to make it as an artist while I'm still living and be able to have an impact. A lot of the stuff we do with, you know, charities, organizations, gone to Haiti, painted all over there with the kids, like, you know, they love it. It's really rewarding for me. So as long as I can keep doing that, I'm all in. Let's do it.
Now, you said something close to home, Haiti, and Haiti is known for its art, and it's sort of a Caribbean icon when it comes to the visual arts scene in the Caribbean. How do you feel that art and work from the Caribbean influences art and work here in Miami?
Oh, I mean, it's great. You know, when you go over there, and when I was in Haiti, to be specific, you know, I saw a lot of their art there, and it was so colorful, and people dancing, and everything was all like, you can feel the movement of it. And so when I was over there and I painted the hospital and painted we went to the schools in the rural area that were just concrete. There was no color at all. So when I went and I got done, the thing looked like this painting. There was colors everywhere, yellow, orange, green. These kids were like, you know, I don't think they've ever seen colors like that. It was actually funny because I did everything with spray paint. So when I would be walking around, they were like looking, they would point and they would go tss and make the noise. And still to today, I'm getting messages that they're like, "Oh, the kids keep asking for you. They keep saying, where's the tss?"
Where's the spray?
So you know, I left a lot of the spray there. I'm gonna try to get some more stuff and actually head back and do it again.
See, that's what we love to hear at festivals like these, when they really impact the community from the organic level. We were chatting offline. You've only been doing this for 3 years.
Yes.
So you're a new artist.
Yeah.
And you've excelled at such an amazing rate. Have you been formally trained or studied the arts?
No, I've actually never taken any courses in art. I picked up a brush. My first like 15, 20 paintings I did with one brush that was like this big. Most of my education I actually got from the art supply store, where I was like, what do I do with this? And they're like, well, you can do this. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I came back and did a few more pieces like that. And then I went back and, you know, now I'm experimenting a lot more with colors. The more I do it, the more confident I get, the more I try to, you know, push the envelope a little bit more.
So you've never thought of doing this before?
No, I didn't. It was never a thought. Like, it was actually funny. One of my guys I really look up to was renting my grandparents' house for 10 years. He was a huge artist. And once I became an artist and I really got into it, I found this out, and I was like, he kept offering to teach me when I never went, and then he passed away, and it was the opportunity. Now I'm addicted. Now I all day long I'm looking. I love traveling, seeing all the art. It's a whole new experience I didn't even know it would ever exist.
And you actually studied business, not art, in school.
Yeah, I got a master's in business. I never took an art class, nothing. It was crazy.
Was it an interesting transition for you, going from the business world to the art world?
No, at the end of the day, everything's a business, you know, and I know art, you can go and you can be a struggling artist and you can be that guy, or you can turn it into a business and do what you love and not have to work in any other job. So you know, it helped to be strategically with a business background, because I know what choices to make and what not to make in order to be, I guess, successful at, you know, this.
Talking about your work, you're influenced by stained glass and that sort of old European style of art. Any words of inspiration or advice for young artists coming up that, like you, don't even know they have that talent within them?
I would say, just keep at it. No matter what people tell you, if people judge it and say it's bad, it's good, I think yourself is the worst critic. So these people that say, I can't paint, I'm like, no, you never tried it. Like, you kind of just do it, and if you believe in it and you do it enough, people will notice and they'll see that the effort you're putting, and it'll happen. It'll trigger on its own.
Nice. Well, thank you, Alexander. Your heart is in the art. Where can we find more of your work if we want to research your style?
Go to my website, which is mijares.com, or on Instagram I have Mijares Art, and that has all my photos and everything.
Great. Well, you just got yourself a new fan. Thanks. I'm Jeanille Bonterre. Thanks for joining me in Miami. For more about this hotspot, visit the show online at islandexclusive.com. This episode of Island Exclusive is brought to you by the Coconut Grove Arts Festival.
All the girls they dance galala, all the students don't cause casala. For this dance you don't do shagara. Oh yeah, like this, like that. Put to your hand, to the front, and your hand, to the back. Okay, what is the plan? I have met all of your demands. Say you want to dance, you want collect money from my band. Oh yes, scatter the ground. Got the bodies they better in town. When they see me around, they just scatter the dance like clown. We have to go. Oh yeah, that's the ground. Like this, like that.